is Dylan Sullivan. I'm 29 years old. Yeah, I grew up pretty normal childhood. If you count, it seemed like every 3 years I was having a brother or sister be born. Both my parents, they instilled values that I still live to this day, whether it be work ethic, responsibility, love, forgiveness. Growing up, even in high school, I was a good guy. I didn't party, I didn't go out and do things I shouldn't have been doing. For the most part, I'll make mistakes, but I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. And at 19, I made the decision I was moving out of my house. And when I got in the dorm in college, that's probably when I got a little bit of a wild streak in me. Get out of the house for the first time, you think you do what you want to. At 22 is when I really calmed down. I got back in church, met people through work, went to church. At 22, that's when I got saved, accepted Christ, and I really made a point to change how I was living and, focus more on what I needed to be doing. And I think that was a good time because not even a year after I got saved is when my dad passed. April 27th, 2015, it's probably is the hardest day of my life to this point. It was a Monday morning, or a Monday. I woke up, went to work, worked for my dad. They went just as normal as it could be. We were talking about what we were going to do the next day, and got back to the shop. I was unloading. I actually had a softball game that I was playing in that I had to get to. So I said, "Bye, Dad, love you." He said, "Love you, son, I'll see you tomorrow." By the time I got to the softball field, I was putting my cleats on, about to go throw the ball around, get ready, and my phone started ringing. It was Mom. And as soon as I answered, I knew something was wrong. Anyway, on the way home, I started calling my brothers, Dalton and Garrett. And I was like trying to figure out what's going on. And finally, couldn't get nobody to answer. Finally got Garrett to answer. I said, "Hey, is everything going okay?" And he said, it's Dad. And immediately, everything just kind of, it was one of them moments in life where everything seems like it's going super fast, but at the same time, it's just in slow motion. At this point, I think I knew that he was gone, but I hadn't been told. And I called Garrett and I was like, "Hey, what do we know?" And he said, I think Garrett's exact words were, "Worst possible news." And at first I didn't register. Worst possible news, what is he gonna need surgery? And the Garrett's like, "No, it's the worst possible news." And then it clicked, he's gone. And I don't really remember much about how I handled that. I know I cried, I was angry, I was hurt, and I just remember I gotta get home. Molly came in, 6-year-old, you think you see all this food sitting on the counter and people over here, and she's gonna be distracted by that. And the very first word she says is, "Where's Daddy?" And that's probably harder than actually hearing that he had, passed away. Well, what do you say to a 6-year-old? At that moment, I think, I was 23. Dad had did everything really he was supposed to do for me. He raised me. He had taught me everything, he had taught me how to work. He had taught me life lessons that would get me through life. But I remember thinking, Garrett was a month away from graduating high school. Hallie was probably about to be in high school. Charlie was just about to get into his teenage years and where a boy really needs a dad. And Molly was 6. You know, I'm like, I got 23 years. They got nothing. The younger ones were going to grow up and he wasn't going to be there. And that really made me question a lot. I was angry with God. Like, God, why would you take away my dad, you know? But I think, you know, even thinking about my brothers, why would you take away a dad of a 6-year-old, a 12-year-old, 13-year-old? Why would you take that away? And there were times I was angry at Dad. Like, hey, were there times that you maybe knew something was wrong with you and you didn't tell nobody? And it took a while. I think I was more angry with Dad than at times than I was with God. I started talking to this girl. There was something there. You know, I could just kind of tell, hey, there was a connection. I don't know what it was, but there was a connection. Pretty quickly, you know, we started dating, and pretty quickly, I said, I know this is the one. I remember I met her son. I met Harris. I remember the first time I held him. I remember the first time she left me alone with him. She went to get her nails done or something, and she said, you know, she said, I need somebody to watch Harris. Like, I'll watch him. You know, I've grew up with babies my whole life. I can watch him, it's no problem. And that moment, and that's really the moment, like, I wasn't really angry with Dad anymore, but something just clicked when I was with him that night, with Harris that night. I was like, this is it. This is that love that I knew Dad had for me. It's like all of a sudden just a world of emotions, and you know, all of a sudden he became like, hey, this is my son. And you know, me and her had been dating maybe 3 months. You know, we weren't even engaged yet, but me and Katie, we got engaged probably 8 months later and married 9 months after that. And God knew, hey, I got a plan for y'all. I know that I'm the father and the husband I am today because of him. And I know that, you know, me and Katie and Harris were meant to be together because I know God's plan. You know, I've trusted God's plan with that. And it's literally that we're crazy happy, and I can't begin to explain how all that feels. My name is Dylan, and I am not afraid.